because we've got £100 million inquiry going on here in England. I would bet every penny that I have that that inquiry is not going to be the same as ours. The fucking main reason, I'm sorry for this word, the main reason that that inquiry is not going to be the same as ours is because there's too many politicians and hierarchy involved in that inquiry and mentioned in that inquiry. You've had 4 judges in this resign from that inquiry because they're being told you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't say this, you can't say that. So it's going to be interesting to see when this £100 million inquiry finishes the way it goes. They're not going to get the same results I wish to God that I could say that they would get, these victims are going to get the same results that we do. But that's not going to happen. Now, as everybody knows that knows me and Joe, we've been under a gagging order all the way through our inquiry. If me and Joe mentions any name of the people that abused us, it's a £25,000 fine or 2.5 years in prison. No, I've had millionaires say to me, Bobby, I'll put that money in your bank account tomorrow. And me and Joe hasn't said anything because we've always been on the, well, it's alright, they wouldn't, if that money was there, they'd just give me and him the 2.5 years in jail. So anyway, next month we're flying over to Belfast and we're going to, that inquiry, that's all finished now. The gagging order's gone. So we're flying over to Belfast next month, I think, and we're going to expose the whole fucking lot for how corrupt it actually is. So the names are coming out, the whole fucking lot is coming out. We're putting transcripts up from our court case, and we're going to put, they can't argue with that. You cannot argue with transcript. Anybody that spends a day in court, everything you say in court goes into writing, and we've got the whole lot. So all this miscarriage of justice, evidence that I needed on that day that I was in court, wasn't, and that's just stabbing somebody, wasn't, I stabbed the guy that was going to abuse me with a priest. And when I, halfway through the inquiry, on my day in that inquiry, no reports of this ever happening. That stabbing incident wasn't even on their records. Yet fucking 10 days later, that was brought in on somebody else's, what do you call it? And I spotted it because it was keeping an eye on inquiry. That's a miscarriage of justice in any court in this land. And that's how fucking corrupt these twats are. Because I was stood in the actual courtroom in front of a solicitor that was government. Well, I never asked for her, but I'll give her name out when we do this, and this, the whole fucking lot's coming out. Sorry for the swearing. And listen, our case was the biggest case in Europe at the time. 530 of us came forward. 90 victims committed suicide or died during our inquiry. And we're going over next month and we're going to fucking expose the corruptness, the whole lot that the system is. Because I want people to know we need more and more people. Listen, I've got nothing for but love and respect for every single one of you that's turned up today. But you know the part that fucking breaks my heart? Those, the aunties, the uncles, the grannies, there should be fucking millions of us stood here today. Millions of us stood here today. And I've always said that. When it comes to the abuse of kids, where the fuck is everybody? Where is everybody? I'm sick of having demos where when you're talking about child abuse in this country, it's the same faces that I love and respect, always. It's the same faces all the time, every town, every city that we've ever. I've done it in London, Manchester, Liverpool, I forget the places, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, I forget the places I've demoed in. And we need to start wakening more and more people up. And that's why me and Joe are going to do this documentary. Because when I put court papers up, nobody can ever call me a liar. I'm known as me and Joe's known as the real truth tellers. Because that's what we do. We won the biggest court case in Europe. If all the information is there, and we're going to put the whole fucking lot out for how corrupt the government are, because they're in it. They're in it. Listen, to find the state guilty in Northern Ireland doesn't mean shit, because the probation service aren't getting dragged into court and getting done with it. The police service aren't getting dragged into court and done with it. Social services aren't getting dragged into court. So the easiest thing to say is we find the state guilty, which they did. But you know what the fucking biggest fucking... We were supposed to have a memorial built for us that was never built. The public apology that none of us ever had. And I'm not expecting that anyway, but it's what they put people through. The Northern Ireland, when they started this inquiry, the HIA inquiry in Northern Ireland, they were putting fucking leaflets through people's doors. If you were in this home and you were abused, this, that and the other, we will give you a voice. We will listen to you. We want to hear what the stories of the abuse that you went through and what you had to suffer. Lord Hart, God bless him, he was the judge that came out of retirement to take our inquiry over. Now, I have got nothing but love and respect for that guy, for what he did, because he actually found the state guilty. But the redress board has been sent up now, and we're going to document this when we go over. So here, I'm going to fucking, this is an exclusive, because this has a government-run inquiry works. If you come forward to a government-run inquiry and you were abused in any care home in Northern Ireland, there was 22 institutions were investigated. 22 institutions, all but one, were found guilty. So what they're doing to victims now is, this is the redress board, they're going, we don't believe the story that you told, but there's 10 grand, fuck off and don't ever speak about it again. And when me and Joe seen that this was happening, it was never about money. This was never ever about money. It was about getting justice. So this is why we're going to do this documentary, because we need to start opening. Why are fucking social services and the government and everything, they're complicit in what's going on? Because if they aren't, why the fuck are we all stood here going on about child abuse? This should be getting debated in Parliament. This should be getting debated in Parliament. Why are we all doing this? I've said that for the past 4 or 5 years. Should be us doing this. I don't get paid for doing this. I do this because I'm a victim. I'm a survivor. I have to shut up, because if I go on too much, Joe's going to end up with nothing to say. But listen, we are going to expose, and listen, see when me and Joe do this, there is nobody, and I mean fucking nobody, that can argue with the evidence that we're putting up. And this evidence, it's not just about Northern Ireland. This is the English government. Boris Johnson, when he first got in, the video's there for everybody to see. Boris Johnson actually turned around and said, it's a load of old fodder. I'm not interested in people that were abused fucking 20, 30, 40 years ago. He's actually said that live on camera, and we've got the evidence. That's fucking going up as well. But like I said, everybody, love and respect for it. This is what we need. Shit. This is what we need to do, because listen, we've got victims all over this country. England, Scotland, Ireland and Wales. Are we all fucking lying?
No!
Are we liars?
No!
We need to fucking expose the establishment for how corrupt that they are all the way through this. And stop voting for the fucking idiots. We're voting the same shit back then again. Voting the same. We need to change votes in this country and start fucking voting people into Parliament that actually give two shits about children, about forced adoption, about all every single thing that, every problem in this whole country lies straight at the feet of government.
Yes, yes.
You know, Labour fucked themselves up anyway. Yeah. Listen, I'm going to shut up because if I say too much, he's not going to be able to say anything. But listen, everybody, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every one of you who turned up. Listen, these demos need to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger and bigger. I want millions of us on the streets when it comes to the abuse of children. Thank you, everyone. When it comes to government, whether you got the Scottish government, the Welsh government, or the English government, yeah, me and Bobby's already exposed it. 160 MPs in London that are on a sex register. Now that can be anything from, sorry for saying it, pushing your secretary up to child abuse. Cyril Smith. Sorry, gone brain dead then. Sorry. Cyril Smith. Leon Britton, Secretary of State. Child abuser. Jenner, child abuser. Theresa May got into Parliament. Her dad was struck off the sex offenders list, or off the list, sorry. Yeah, because he was a sex offender. Me and Bobby exposed it all when it comes to the British government. Me and Bobby waived our anonymity in the court of law to be able to tell the truth, even though we had a gagging order. But like I said, that gagging order is gone now, and we're no longer under that gagging order. Me, Bobby and Phil, we're going to Northern Ireland. We're going to do the documentary that desperately needs to be done, because now we can expose the government how corrupt it is. Right? I would turn round to any survivor of child abuse, and I'd rather turn round to them and go, please don't come forward. Yeah? We've lost so many lives. And it's like, excuse the pun, it's like opening Pandora's box. You gotta relive all that shit again. And a lot of survivors don't survive. Yeah. That's what the government are asking us to do. That's what they've already done. We opened our case in 2010. The case started in 2017. 2013, sorry, and finished in 2017. Yeah. What a fucking long time to fight. It drains the living shit out of you. And it hurts you. But we fought it, and we won. But we didn't fucking win under the government. We didn't win. We changed 127 laws to protect children. Them laws haven't even been implemented yet. Under social services, they use the 1989 Act. We won our case in 2017. It should be the 2017 Act. The government have not done that, because that's how fucking corrupt the fuckers are.
Yes!
We won our case, although we didn't. Yeah. But I will turn round, and Bobby will turn round, and Sandy will turn round, and all the rest. I don't call you victims.
We're survivors.
Warriors, mate. Warriors.
We will keep fighting. We will not. We will not let the establishment beat us, the government beat us. We are the real truth tellers, and we'll fucking say it as it is. Fucking. Our children are supposed to be our future. Lead them well, show them the way. Not in this corrupt shit that we're going through. And that's the hands of the government. That's the hands of the paedophiles. I share all paedophile hunter groups. And I tell you what, to every policeman, there's not even a policeman here now. We've all fucked off. Yeah? The paedophile hunter groups, I salute you, I respect you. Yeah? You're hunting down paedophiles more than the fucking police are.
We won't mention grooming gangs, will we?
I'm so privileged and glad to be in Glasgow. We do travel all around the country, doing our demos and this, that and the other. But I'm so privileged to be in Glasgow with Sandy, be somewhere, everybody. Yeah? I promised him I would come back. But that's what it's about. It's about putting the message out there. Right? See, whenever people turn around and say, no such thing as child abuse. Yeah? There's so many warriors here today that made the first speech that they've never done before, and my heartstrings pulled to them, because we know how much they suffer. I still get emotional, and I've been doing this for over 10 years. You know what I mean? We're not lying. We were all raped and abused as innocent little children. Yeah. And it's about breaking in every other fucker up. Yeah. All the sheep out there, yeah, wake up. I don't want your door to get knocked and told that your child was raped or groomed online. Yeah. Time to waking up, people. Yeah. We are all the real truth tellers. And we're here telling it from our souls and from our hearts. Yeah. How bad child abuse is in this country. I say it, I'm going to say it now anyway. Yeah. Me and Bobby do demos all over the country. Yeah. Rotherham. Yeah. Pakistani Muslim gangs raped 1,400 little girls. Yeah. Am I racist for saying that? No, I ain't. The Catholic Church raped me and Bobby. Right? We're Catholics. That's our religion. So if I took my Catholic Church to court, if I expose Pakistani Muslim gangs, does that make me a racist? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Yeah? I don't give a two shits what colour you are, what race you are. If you're touching children in the wrong way, we will hunt you fucking down and we will expose you. Something that I've never done, and I thought I couldn't do. I just got to get this in, because I've got a paedophile hunt. Me and Joe's actually set up probably every paedophile hunting team in this country. And I didn't think I could do that, because my mates and everybody that does it, I turned around and said I couldn't do it, because I'd end up chinning the fucker if he was stood in front of me, because I'm a victim. So I'm actually going to be going out on hunts now, because I want to be able to say to the fuckers right to his face, I was raped and abused as a child. So I want to get into their heads. So, but my mates have said to me, Bobby, look, we know, listen, see these paedophile hunting teams, I've got nothing
but the utmost love and respect for what they do. Because listen, that's difficult to do. You cannot touch. You might have a fucking nonce in front of you. You can't touch him. Because the minute you touch him, all that evidence, everything goes straight out the front door. So we sit down in a wee chat, and I want to say to one of them sick bastards, as an abuse victim, why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? This is just another, it's getting in their heads. I want to hear what they have to say. Now, I know that I'm going to have to fucking hold back. You might even see videos of people jumping on me, not the fucking paedophile, but I know that. But I can't. Look, listen, you can't undo everything that these people have spent months doing. So I'm going to be doing a bit more of that down in Birmingham. But listen, I just want to say thank you to every single one of you who turned up today. From the bottom of my heart. And listen, we need to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Next time I come to Glasgow, I want to see this fucking place full. And it's just a case of getting the word out and letting everybody know. Listen, there should be millions of us on the streets when it comes to rape and abuse of children. And that's the most frustrating thing when you do what we do, because there isn't. Do you know what I mean? There isn't. But that's not going to... Listen, we won our case. People say, why don't you pick your feet up? No, chill out. Why don't you do... Why are you still... I'm still doing it, because it's still fucking going on. And I will... The day I take my last breath, if it's not fixed, I'll still be doing this when I'm 80 years old. Because that's how it is. Listen, everybody, thank you for listening, and God bless each and every one of you.
Well, we came